What's going on, guys? So this is a Green Ventures Appeal Service briefing video and I want to go over a few things before we get started working on your letter, and so we can get your appeal back a lot faster. All right. And I understand, I know how tough it is, how heartbreaking it is to have your account suspended, but I want to make sure you have confidence in us, because we have confidence in getting this account back, and we have tons of experience. I'm not saying this in any way, shape, or form. I'm not trying to be cocky, but I'm just trying to say that we've never not had an account back, and even in the worst circumstance where an account's been blocked or permanently suspended, and Amazon supervisors right and left have been like, you have no chance of getting this account back. Absolutely not. Just consider this account gone. Like, sell on another platform. We got it back. Multiple times. People from other appeal services have come to us and we've got their accounts back. Okay. So just know that we have experience, we have the team, the mindset, and all the resources and know-how. But you guys gotta do me a favor though. It's not necessarily going to be a one-part thing. Okay, meaning there might be stuff that that will be required of you to get for us in order to get the account back faster. Okay. And prove your legitimacy on the marketplace. Now, depending on why you're suspended, it could be IP complaints, trademark, inauthentic. It could be you were doing retail dropshipping from like your Walmart, your Sears, your Kmart, your Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know. But we're going to find out. We're going to analyze and see what's going on, and be able to see. I'll put a list of what we're going to need. But regardless of what you're doing, I will say this: if you saw the video on how to get your wholesale dropshipping contracts from a real authorized distributor that gives you a statement of authorization, okay, that authorizes you to sell brands like popular brands that you see in your Walmarts and your Kmarts and all that stuff like that, real brands. Once you can get those, that is what is really going to give you the utmost protection on your account. And people don't realize this. I'm talking about like 5 sellers that have been selling on 5, 10 years on Amazon. People don't realize this. Like, people are coming to me and asking me, who have been vets for forever. Okay, statements of authorization are probably the most important document to give you that security on your account, because regardless of what anybody says, it really is, because if you can prove in every scenario to not just Amazon, but to the person complaining, because you're going to have people complaining like, oh, he's selling counterfeit, or oh, this or that. And you can write great letters and all that stuff, but remember, a picture is worth 1,000 words. When you get these statements of authorization that I'm going to show you in a second, and that I've shown in the videos how to get. When you get those statements of authorization, it shuts them up. Okay. Now, well, there's a couple of reasons. Okay. Obviously, they see you're not a counterfeiter, and they can even call that wholesaler or the distributor and verify it themselves, like the actual brand, not just Amazon. Amazon needs to verify it, but the brand as well. Okay, that can help you get complaints removed that might be contingent on getting your account back. But just keep in mind, getting an account back isn't necessarily contingent on getting an IP, intellectual property, complaint removed. All right, that's not contingent. If you have the authorization, the statement of authorization, that is what overrides it. Now, obviously, you have to have a good letter and explain, what you're doing and all the proactive stuff moving forward. But it really does give you that authority that you need, and you got to have it. And so, if you are, and even if you're not, even if you're still doing retail arbitrage or whatever, you're mixing it in, which everybody does, it's important to just to have these, so you can resell brands that you might not have been able to sell just doing retail arbitrage anymore. Because a lot of I don't know if you guys do this, but you have a blacklist, right? You do WebScraper app, or you got my course. I have a blacklist of brands you can't sell. But theoretically, as you start getting all these statements of authorization, and you really do have authorization to sell brands, you can go through the list and be like, hey, I have authorization to sell this. You can contact the brand themselves and be like, hey, I'm going to be selling your item on Amazon, but you can go through and on the blacklist and just list it. Okay, and if Amazon ever says anything like, hey, you need to send us invoices, or you need to send us anything, just you'll have the statements of authorization. This is what's so special about what we do too with this service. it's not just getting you unsuspended like now. Like a lot of people will do, and even suspension services will forge the documents or give you something, and it's like it's a temporary fix, right? This isn't like a chiropractor. You have to come to us like every single day or pay this or pay that. Like this is like I'm literally giving you something that you can use the rest of your entire Amazon selling career. That's the value of it. Okay, so while you might be thinking, oh, I'm paying a lot, this is priceless stuff, priceless information, and you're doing it's a priceless process. Okay, you can continually help yourself and keep yourself on Amazon as long as whatever, as long as you're selling on Amazon. Okay, so having an Amazon account is gold. Okay, it's one of the most priceless things other than just having a laptop and Wi-Fi, right? Because you can do anything, and you can make money like no other platform, no other platform. So much natural traffic here, it's ridiculous. And if you don't already know that, I'm stating the obvious, Captain Obvious over here. So just know that if that's required of you, or if you already have the documents and you already proactively had it, great. Makes it easier, makes it faster, and we can do everything we can. But depending on what you said, I want to make sure we're clear on this, but depending on what you say on your account, that's where there's a little bit of a fine line of how long we can get it, or how long it's going to take to get the account back. Because if you put yourself, or if you're sending fake invoices, or you're doing something on your end, and it's not necessarily the best, or you're trying to just get super emotional on that letter, and you're letting your emotions out, you can get kind of shafted by Amazon. And our job, we have to kind of go in on the back end, or expedite, or call, or try to do something, maneuver and get warmed back up to Amazon. All right, and it is possible, even if you were blocked, to get unblocked, like I was saying. But it's like picking a lock. We have to kind of feel Amazon back out and reset everything and get you back to where you can submit the invoice or submit the statement of authorization in the letter and all that, and it actually work. Okay, because at some point, Amazon might start just ignoring you because you just sent so many things that just you're not changing anything, you're not doing anything. And I do want to say that Amazon does change, and Amazon is a little bit fickle because sometimes they won't necessarily tell you why you're suspended. Okay, you could be suspended for multiple things, but we can figure that out. Internally, we can find out in a lot of cases what Amazon seller performance is writing on your account, like on the notes. Okay, that's kind of our secret weapon. In some cases, we don't necessarily need it. It's just a backup if we just didn't know what was going on, because a lot of times people can get suspended from just a glitch, not a real reason. You might have changed your credit card information, and then all of a sudden you got an email saying that you have multiple accounts. Well, that sounds weird, right? Because you change your credit card, and then all of a sudden the next second you get an email that says you have multiple accounts. Doesn't really make sense, right? It's because it's a glitch. And that was something that happened to one of my accounts. Okay, but there's multiple things that can happen that are a glitch. When you open an account, there can be a glitch, and if you don't put in the exact information in the exact way, or you have spaces, or stuff's not matching on the credit card or whatever, it's usually the credit card. There's just a lot of things that can happen in Amazon system, and they'll immediately suspend you. And so you have to be able to point that out to them. You have to be able to just show and specifically say that, hey, look, there's a glitch. Like we've sent you all the right information, and we need to be unsuspended. We need to be back on Amazon. There's no reason for us to be suspended. So we're able to recognize that really fast. So that's something that's not necessarily something that is required of you, but it's always good for you to be proactive and get us what we need as soon as possible. Okay, so that speeds everything up. Now, I do want to say that even though you're hiring us, we're not here. We can't just always get things in like 1 or 2 days. Even if you theoretically had all the documents for us, sometimes it does take weeks, maybe a month, to get that account back. I'm not saying in all cases. I'm just saying it's just sometimes Amazon's really weird like that. We do speed up and start doing all our methods to get in contact with them. If you were blocked, that's a worst case scenario. If you were coming in and you were blocked, it's just we're going to do all we can. But we've gotten a lot faster, and we found a lot better methods recently on trying to still get through to them and making sure we can get get the account, like at least acknowledging, like, hey, do we send the right stuff, or do you need more information? And we've gotten a lot faster getting that to them. So just so you guys are on the same page and you guys know what's going on. But Amazon does change it on any given day. So while it does sometimes work really quickly on some accounts, sometimes it still takes a little bit longer. So just be patient, okay? And this is another reason why I always say, and we have a service for this as well separately, like, you know, to help create stealth accounts, you know, just so you have backups, so you can obviously work on other accounts if one ever gets suspended. Obviously, some people, you know, if you have eBay or other platforms you sell on, it's good to be able to work on other platforms as well and develop those skill sets even while account is suspended temporarily. So I always say, don't look at having an account suspended as a complete waste, because it's a learning experience. Okay, and then as you go through that, like that negative experience, or that learning, you know, experience, you're actually, like, you're growing in some other area, or you're growing in a mental place because you got through it. Okay, so that's something that just I'm not a psychologist. I'm not your psychologist now that you decided to work with us, but I just want you guys to know that, you know, be confident. Like, be confident. You'll build confidence over time through all the trials and tribulations that can happen in your business. But it's just a part of the game. You're selling on Amazon, one of the best platforms to sell on. It comes with a little bit of a price. Okay, it's not everybody can sell on this platform. Not everybody knows how to stay on this platform. We do, and I'm assuming that's why you came to us. But you definitely gotta, you know, make sure you're always a game. So from now on, after this, and I mean, if you got the course or whatever, you know, you're going to be I'm putting you guys in the best position to keep your account. This is what I do best, keeping everything secure. Okay, making sure you're not getting hacked, making sure if you get money stolen, which is another reason or another thing that can happen. If you get money stolen, you can get the money back. Okay, if Amazon were to take money from you because you sent in fake documents and they rejected your check, and they just decided to take it, we can get that money back as well. We've had instances where that has happened. So there's a lot of things that can happen on Amazon. It's scary. It can be scary. But I just want you guys to know, we've done it all. There's not one thing that has happened so far that we have not handled. Okay, so I want to say so far because it's probably going to be something that literally has never happened before, coming, you know, right around the corner. But we're always, you know, when the wholesale dropshipping wave or the retail dropshipping suspension wave happened, that was a new suspension we had never seen before. We figured it out in a week. We figured out literally, like, you know, what the code. But then, of course, they stopped just accepting just a simple letter, and then they went like more anal and wanted all these documents attached with it. Okay, so we had to adapt. We have to adapt in every scenario, and I want you guys to understand that. It's not if we have to adapt in certain scenarios. And even in a certain case, where even in some cases it's like it's still working with just a simple letter, but on this particular case that we were working on, we got to send everything, you know, pretty much everything you can think of, 4 or 5 statements of authorization, you know, invoices right and left, I mean, whatever we have to possibly send. We're just going to keep sending everything possible, everything necessary. Okay, so just be game, be you know, willing to do that. And get us that stuff, because if it helps, it helps, and we always just want to make sure we're in the best position. All right, so and that's our job, our goal, and we want to not only get your account back, we want to keep your account back. All right, and that's why when you use us as a service, that's our goal. We're not just trying to do, this isn't like a quick fix or by any means. We're trying to, you know, keep this permanent. We're trying to get you back permanently. All right, so enough talking, enough blabbering. Let's get your account back and let's get this thing going.